Oh, cut it off of my head. And now I can't see myself. All right. Good. Yes. Hi, this is Brianna here at Books and Briars. Today I wanted to talk about something that I find a rather interesting topic of conversation here on BookTube, and that is finding books. Like, I'm always curious, how do people just find all of these books that they read? Because it seems to me that there are some that get extremely popular extremely quickly, and that may or may not have something to do with booktubers being sent books or just like having same friend groups and everything gets recommended in circles. But I'm just curious about how other people find books, so I thought I'd make a video answering my own question and then put the question to you. How do you find books? Am I clear? Yes. For me, I have 4 ways that I have. Personally, I have 4 go-to methods of finding new books, and one that sort of surprised me but worked out really well. So the first, I see you focusing. I hear you. The most obvious way that I find books is, of course, through BookTube. I see mostly I become interested in books based on other booktubers' hauls and wrap-ups more so than any other way. Though if I'm looking for like a theme in a book, then I'll go through tags. Like, I wanted Halloween books, so I found scary Halloween tags and followed those. Or mostly I find books on BookTube through hauls and wrap-ups where I get like a short synopsis of the book as well as positive or negative feelings, although honestly the reader's opinion doesn't matter to me as much as what I think of the synopsis. If someone says that the writing is crap, then that definitely sways me more than someone saying that they really loved it or didn't like it at all, because I've read a few books that where people were like, I hate you. I've read quite a few books where it seems everyone loves these books, and I just didn't like it. Examples of this are the Across the Universe trilogy, which I couldn't get through, or City of Bones series, which I like the first book, but I'm not a huge fan of, and similarly, I just stopped looking for recommendations based on people's opinions and went back to looking for recommendations based on quality of writing or content. So that's what I look for. So I mostly find books in wrap-ups and hauls. Or unhauls, actually. And if I'm looking for a specific kind of book, like it was Halloween recently, so I was looking for scary books, I go through tag videos and see how people answer, like, Halloween tags for scary books. Or if I want a Christmas book, then I'll go through some sort of winter or Christmassy tag, because they exist and it's easy to find themes that way. And then I can just sort of click through all the recommended list until I find something that I like. I'm sorry, I have a new camera. It's really bugging me because I keep hearing it focus, and I'm sure that you can hear it focus. And I don't know how to turn that off. Driving me crazy. Beyond BookTube, there's the old fallback of Goodreads, which When I first got a Goodreads page, I did put in like a bunch of books that I'd already read, and then I looked through like the recommendations list to try to find new books, and I stopped doing that. I don't find the recommendations page on there so helpful because it seems to constantly be recommending me things that based on books that I didn't like. It's like, you read this book. I'm like, yeah, but I hated it. And it just seems to be recommending me more of the same, and I don't have time to go through and personalize that. I don't got time for that. So I tend to look for specific themes or ideas, and I go into Listopia more than anything. And I find that's really helpful. That's really cool. So go Goodreads, but the recommendations I'm not a fan of. The third most obvious way that I find books, first most obvious, second most obvious, third most obvious, is through browsing. Browsing. I go onto Amazon and I just search through books. I don't know. I also have a Scribd account, so I don't really want to get into that right now. But I go onto Amazon bookstores. I go onto Amazon books section. I go onto Amazon, browse through book sections, see what's popular, see what's up and coming, blah, blah, blah. I also browse through sites like Scribd, which I have a subscription to. It's a really awesome website. I'll link it down below. It gives you almost unlimited ebooks. It's like Netflix. You pay a monthly subscription and you get a unlimited amount of ebooks based on their selection. And you can also get like an audiobook credit each month, which is great. I love audiobooks. And so you get that for a steady monthly fee. It's awesome. But I browsed through there and I think I like the top recommended Scribd Selects sections of those just to see what's really popular, because otherwise I'm just going to end up reading books that nobody knows what they're called. And I'm okay with that, but it's less useful in discussion because no one else has read them. Camera's focusing. I hate you. I also browsed other online bookstores like Book Outlet and Book Depository just to see what's around. One of my favorite ways of getting books, especially because I am so reliant on ebooks, being in a foreign country where the language isn't English. Another way that I really love getting books, especially because I am so focused on ebooks, because I'm living in a country that doesn't actually have many English books available because English isn't the main language or even a main language. And that is through a program on Amazon called Kindle First, where if you're an Amazon Prime member and you pay like the Prime fee every year, then each month you get the option of choosing one of 6 new releases, and these books are going to be released on Kindle the following month. So it's currently November, so you get a list of 6 books that are available for free to Prime members. You get to choose one, and these books will be coming out in December. So each month I get to go in and I get to get a new book, and it's really great because it's a way of expanding my horizons. I read a lot of books that I honestly wouldn't look at twice otherwise, and it's really itchy. I think it's a great way to really diversify your reading, even though I'll be honest, a lot of the writers are white men that are featured in Kindle First, but there is usually at least one diverse name, one diverse author each month, and it's got a wide range of topics and a wide range of genres, and they've expanded it now. When I started it in 2014, you could choose one of 4 books. Now you can choose one of 6, which is both better and worse because then you see all these books and it's like, I want them all! But I've been enjoying reading those, and I haven't finished one in a while, but I've started every month I'm gonna finish this book this month, and then I haven't. It's a problem. But yes, Kindle first on Amazon, great way to see new authors, and I've discovered a lot of authors that I have gone back and actually purchased their books and continued with series and continued with a lot of different things. And it's fun. It's just a fun way to get a new book each month. And I'm already paying for Prime, so might as well. And the final way that I have found books is one that I never thought of, but it worked recently for me, and I really enjoyed the book that I found this way, and that is through Instagram. And I'm not talking like Bookstagram, just Instagram. Because I have my Instagram account, and I follow various people for various reasons, and one of the people I follow is Tyler Posey. He's an actor in MTV's Teen Wolf, and that's a whole different topic for a whole different video. But he recently posted something, or he referenced someone, I don't even remember how this happened, this was a month ago, and basically it was like a picture of a book, and I was like, what? What is this? What is this that some actor that I like is reading? And so I followed the rabbit trail, and I found the book Poet Anderson of Nightmares by, I've forgotten his name, but one of the frontmen of Angels and Airwaves, and what was it? Yes. And this book is amazing. I have not finished it yet. I don't even think I think I'm exactly a quarter of the way into it. And every time I pick it up, I am always sad to put it down. And that is why I haven't picked it up in a while, because I have so much else that I need to do, and I'm just waiting until a free weekend where I can just sit down and finish this book, because the minds and the people that went into making this, it's such a collaborative effort into a novel, and I love the premise, I love the characters, I love the writing, I'm just in love with this book. And it's got a companion CD because the writer's a musician, and it's got a bunch of multimedia aspects to it, and it's wonderful. I am digging it. It's cool. And I would not have found this without Instagram. Without just randomly clicking through things on Instagram. So I would say always look for books in an unlikely place, because I never would have gotten a book recommendation from Instagram. I wouldn't have thought of it. Even like looking through like pretty pictures of books on Instagram, it's just like, that's cool, but whatever. But just random clicking and magic happens. So don't discount any way that you have to get book recommendations. And of course, most obvious, ask people. Like if I'm ever in a stage where I'm just like, I honestly just don't have anything to read, which I don't think is possible with everything at my fingertips, and the list in my head that's telling me read this, read this, read this, read this. But if all else fails, ask friends, ask family, ask university professors, ask someone who you trust to give you a good recommendation, because, or even someone who you don't know at all, just say, give me a book, and vow to read 100 pages of it, and see where it takes you. I think you can find some amazing books in unexpected places, and you might find your diamond in the rough. Like I have found my Poet Anderson. Need to finish that book. But that's all I have for today. So my question for you is, where do you find books? My question for you, what is the most unlikely place you have found a book that you really enjoyed? Because I never would have said, look for books on Instagram. But I found something that I'm really enjoying, and you never know where you're going to find. So what's a book that you didn't expect to find, and where did you find it? And that's all I have for today. I hope to get back into the groove of filming. I've said this in every video that I filmed in the past month because I've fallen out. But I hope to get back into the groove of filming, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. That was an awkward ending. You at least focused? I have nothing else to say. See you later.